Alright folks, here I am. I am at the Dogfish Head Brewery in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, which is about a half hour from Ocean City, but we're stopping here to have some lunch and beer and take a look at the brewery tour, which happens at 4:30. So we made it with an hour to spare. Sweet. So we'll see you inside. Alright everybody, I'm at the Dogfish Head Pub, and I am trying the Bitch's Brew. So this here is an Imperial Stout. It smells like a black licorice and maybe some honey. It is good.
Oh, sorry.
It's not as full-bodied as I expected, but it is good.
That's what she said. I caught on to that. That's where I stopped.
Anyway, that's the Bitch's Brew. We're gonna try many more of these. That is good. I like that.
This is the Shelter Pale Ale.
5% alcohol by volume. Get this on there. Our most approachable ale.
So it's not like cards.
Can you take record things?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Is it worth a pint?
It's alright.
And I'm going to sample the oldest known recipe to man, which is the Midas Touch. Now, if you know anything about the Dogfish Head Brewery and the Midas Touch, part of this understanding is this beer here was, they think, to be known to be the beer that King Midas would drink. I think they paid like special permissions to make sure that they're the only ones that could sell this recipe, and I'm going to give it a try, and I've never had it. Now, for starters, let's just do a little reading here. It says, crafted after a recipe derived from the 2,700-year-old drinking vessel discovered in the tomb of King Midas. The smooth, sweet, yet dry ale resides somewhere between wine and mead. 12 IBUs and 9% ABV. And we're going to go ahead and give this a try here. Alright, for starters, we're going to talk about the body. We have it's tough because it's a little dark in here, but I would say it's like on the slightly orange in color. The carbonation is relatively low. The head is also real low as well. We're going to go ahead and give it a smell. Oh, it does have like a mead type smell to it. Almost like a wine-like. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Cheers. Yeah, very much like mead. It almost doesn't taste like beer at all. It almost has like a salty complexion to it. Not really sweet.
Yeah, pretty much. Stop trying to make
Yeah, I mean, it's not blowing me away. It certainly isn't the best beer I've ever had. I actually kind of like things a little bit more sweeter than this. What's more interesting is, like, I am drinking a beer that maybe a king at one time drank, or a recipe close to it, so it's kind of interesting to take that and be able to try that and right in the place where they actually make it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and drink some more of this and get back to you in a few moments. Alright, well, I'm back, and as you can see, I have just a little bit of beer here left. Overall, this is not my style of beer. It does drink more like a wine than it does a beer, and that's probably why, because I'm not a huge wine fan. But it was real nice to try something out that's, like I said, supposedly the oldest recipe in the world. And it was nice to be able to have it on draft right at the brew pub itself. But more importantly, what's coming up soon is the manager is actually just getting ready to tap on cask the 75-minute IPA right on cask. So I'm going to be having that very soon. And I've never had the 75-minute. Obviously, I've had the 60 and 90, and it's going to be interesting to have the 75-minute, especially since you can only get it in like 3 major cities in the world. So I'm really excited to try that out. So anyway, let's do the final chug of the Midas Touch. As far as final thoughts and grade, I really I'm going to have a personal element to it. It's just not my style of beer. I don't like the wine type quality to it. So I would call this an average beer. There's nothing wrong with it as far as quality. I can tell the quality's there. I just don't personally like it. So it does bring down that the score a little bit. And I hate doing that, but I have to in this particular case. So I'm going to give this score a grade of average. And we'll see if the 75 minutes is any better. Okay, well now I'm back with the 75 minute. Now normally I don't like doing 2 beer reviews in one day because it messes up your palate, but I could not pass up the opportunity of getting the 75 minute on cask. Now you may be asking yourself, why didn't I get that to begin with? And it's because they just put it on cask, so I didn't know about it until after I was halfway through the Midas Touch. So we're going to go ahead and comment on this one. Again, we have like an orange type quality. Once again, the carbonation is low, but look, we got like a nice creamy like head on the top of this one here. And let's give it a smell. Right up my alley. Real citrusy, hoppy, clean smell. Smells like a grapefruit type quality. And I understand that this one here is like a blend between the 60 minute and the 90 minute, and once again, it still sticks right with the same qualities. 7.5% alcohol, 75 IBUs, things like that, so it's right up. But the only difference between this and the 60 and the 90 is you can only get this like in a few places, and you can only get it on cask. So, and as you know, I love anything that's in a cask conditioned beer. We're going to go ahead and give it a try. Great quality about it. IPAs tend to be real hoppy and real bitter. This has a nice smoothness to it to blend in that nice bitterness. So it almost kind of hides the bitterness because of the smoothness. And Scott's going for a fry. He records me. That was funny as hell. And it really brings out the citrusy because the bitterness is a little bit mellowed out because of the smoothness of it. And that citrus is really, really out there. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this, enjoy my burger, and we're going to come back to this in just a little while. Okay, well I'm back, getting ready to do my final chug, and also take the brewery. So we're going to go ahead and do the final chug of the 75 minute on cask, which is the only way you can get it. So here we go. After 2 beers, I do have a slight buzz at this point, but as far as final thoughts are great. I thought this beer was really, really good. This was right up my alley. I would give this a score of excellent. I wouldn't call it top-notch, but it was an excellent beer. I definitely like to try this again, and of course, anything on cask is automatically going to help it because I just know that when I'm going to get something in cask condition, it's going to be a really good quality beer, and this did not disappoint at all. So again, that was the 75-minute IPA. We're getting ready to go on tour, and till then, we'll see you later.
Good. I'm the assistant manager. My name is Matt. I'm also a home brewer, and as of yesterday, a craft brewer. Got to brew my first batch right here in the brew pub. This is called our mash tun, water tun. And behind you, this black tank is our hot liquor back, basically a big water heater. And then behind you over here is our brew kettle. All this equipment, Sam bought for about $900 at an old cannery auction. There's a nice public auction, and he brought a bunch of growlers of beer. He gave it to the farmers and said, "Hey guys, don't bid on this stuff. I'm trying to start a brewery." So we got it really, really cheap, kind of liquored them up a little bit, and we've been using it ever since. That was in '96 or '97 that we got that. So you can see we have 3 fermenters over here. We have 2 7-barrels to the left, which is where we do our beer fermentation. They're glycol jacketed double-walled fermenters, which means that in between the beer and the outside world, there's a thin layer where we pump glycol to keep that beer cold, keep it at the temperature that we want. Each different strain of yeast has a different temperature that it likes to live at and likes to ferment at. So we have to keep it within those constraints, within those boundaries, to actually keep the yeast happy and keep it making beer. And they came in and welded all the fittings and kind of designed it for us for an undisclosed amount of worldwide stout. So, it's a nice little.
Okay, well that pretty much completes my trip at the Dogfish Head Distillery and Pub Brewery Tour. Till next time, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode.